Hello everyone and welcome to Gaming FTL. My name is Josh and this is Sunless Sea, the seafaring roguelike in which you explore the Unterzee and find stories and quests and riches and probably death and doom and destruction and ill omens of bad things all over the place. It's brilliant fun. In this first episode of the Let's Play, I really want to kind of show you how to start up a game and also give you my thoughts on different parts of the game, how it works, and generally what I think of it. And yeah, start up a Let's Play at the same time. So I'm going to start as a street urchin, which gives me a bonus to my veils, which is now 50, which is like 25 more than all of the others, which is brilliant. And veils is so useful for speed, stealth, deception, and in quite a lot of situations. Being an urchin means that I don't start off with a lot of money, but I don't need one. And I also have my childhood friend, the Longshanks Gunner, which is an officer which gives me +1 to iron. And also, when we level up, we can spend those levels on by talking to the Longshanks Gunner, and she gives us +1 iron, I think. I can't remember now. Right, my quest and overall ambition to finish this game, this is kind of how you complete a run-through of Sunless Sea. You choose an ambition. And I haven't done Father's Bones before. You can either write a Song of the Sea with all the stories that you find and learn, or you can just become really, really wealthy, which is quite fun because you get some cool stuff out of it. But I want to try the Father's Bones questline because I haven't done it before. And also because I'm an urchin, I think the correct way of addressing me is my lord. I'm a sea captain now. I'm not some grubby little street rat. And obviously, if I'm wearing a diving suit, I'm going to want to call myself Bubbles. Captain Bubbles. Oh wait, Captain Bubbles is better. Or is it Mr. Bubbles? No, that's Bioshock. Captain... Actually, does it add in the... I can't remember. I can't remember if it adds in the bit at the beginning, like Captain or... I don't know. Anyway, we have to bring Muttersalt from the north to Slivy in London. And that's how we'll probably get a clue as to where our father died. Slivy's face is disfigured by a wine-stained birthmark, and he struggles with a stutter. Marks of the lightning's kiss one night when he got too bold in a storm, they say. Yes, I've been waiting for you. I'm not going to do the stutter because I can't do that. I just wants me a little Muttersalt, something to calm me tongue. Bring it, and I'll tell you who has your father. Ooh. Nice. So that's how we start that one off. Advice for captains, very useful to read through. It's very long, so I'm going to sell it for some money, which is brilliant. And another good way to start off is gathering the recent news from the newspaper at your lodgings. That has I think it has a chance to give you supplies. I'm pretty sure it doesn't always give you supplies, but recent news is useful. You can exchange that for stuff in the near future. And if... where am I going? Yes, if we go to London and visit the Admiralty's office, we can get ourselves a quest to go to a specific place and retrieve strategic information at the Iron and Misery Company funging station, somewhere not far from home waters. Right, I don't know where that is just yet because the map is procedurally... Well, not... It's randomly generated, kind of. And, yeah, we'll get onto that later, but... If we offer passage to a tomb colonist, I think the first thing we're going to do is go to Venderbite and possibly sell our tomb colonist, maybe get a quest from it, maybe get some money. And the best way to grab, I think, a little bit of early money is to go to the shops, go to the Wolfstack Exchange and buy as much mushroom wine as you can, because we will ship that up to Venderbite, and we'll get a decent bit of extra cash off of that. I don't think, or I'm at least in two minds about cutting out the travel. It's a very important part to the atmosphere of this game. It can take a while, but I think it's really nice to have some slow bits, and also there's the possibility of combat, which I don't know where the pirates have gone, but they're normally kind of to the north of where I am right now. We'll put in at Hunter's Keep and maybe visit the sisters, see what they're up to, and gather a port report. And port reports are basically the best way of earning some early money in the game. And you want to get as many of these, as many ports as you can, and then return them to London to the Admiralty. It gives you fuel and money in exchange, which is a pretty good way of earning some extra cash. It's not going to make you rich. There are a few ways to do that. I'll hopefully have an episode on how to make some money later, but we will present myself at the house. A visitor, the youngest cries. The youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisiest one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? Yes, I will. And if I exchange the news with them, I can go to lunch with them. And depending on which one I choose, I get different stories and also different attention from the gods. And I really want, I'm pretty sure Cynthia gives you Salt's attention. Salt's the fun one. Salt's weird. Right, I lost all my hunger in the top left. Shows hunger, and that uses our supplies, which we have 7 of now, which is going to be quite a lot. That'll last us a while. But yes, we have Salt's attention, which is going to be interesting. And we have a Tale of Terror. We've got a bit more terror and some supplies, which will be very useful in the future. Now that's pretty much all we can do at Hunter's Keep for the moment. And now we want to cross into the north, into Venderbite, the domain of the undead. I don't entirely understand the lore. Basically, people that die in London, or fall in London, where we set off from, they don't really die. Oh, and there's a pirate. Don't come too close. Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm going to beat him up. Can I beat him up? Yeah, I can beat him up. If I get behind him, I can probably just avoid getting hit. Oh no, he's turned to face me. Ah! Fire! Okay, he's got... Yeah, if I stay behind him out of his arc of fire... There we go. I can beat him up and steal his stuff. Yeah, this is a brilliant position to be in, by the way. Blam! Loot and scuttle the pirate. Cache of curiosities. And this could be anything. Mostly trade goods, though. Oh, 3 supplies. Nice, because that won't... I don't think that fills up a hold, although we might not have a full hold anyway. Really depends. There are a variety of ships with different sizes of hold and different speeds and different capacity to hold weapons and all that sort of stuff. It changes your stats, and eventually, when we can afford one, we'll get a better ship. But this is a really good ship. Overall, I would much prefer starting with this ship than pretty much any other. Aha! Here we go. Right. This is the tomb colonist that we picked up at Fallen London. The tomb colonist yanks off her bandages. She looks remarkably healthy for a tomb colonist. I'm not as dead as I look, she confesses, and I won't be ashore without your help. Yes, the constables are looking for me back home. Is that a problem? I don't think it's a problem, because this is an awesome way of getting a ton of money. And if we spend that money wisely, we can make even more money. Right, let's help her out. And I got 200 echoes for that. That is a big deal. Especially as I gained a veil as well. Point in veils. I lost a tomb colonist. I do have some suspicion, but as long as I keep my nose clean, that will dissipate eventually. And a lot of the story elements revolve around giving you traits, or kind of it marks you for, like, with these little things. I don't know quite how to explain it, but it gives you traits and parts of missions so that you can go to another place, and it will affect how people treat you, how people interact with you. And I think it gives a great sense of cohesion to your personal story, because obviously you're doing quests for people, but your personal story of whether you become a pirate or whether you just become a massive arse and do horrible things to people, that is reflected. And whether you hate the gods and things like that, the gods do really horrible stuff to you, by the way. And if we explore Vendobite, we can... Oh, I don't have very good mirrors. 30% chance, will I take it? No, I don't really want to. Oh yeah, let's take it anyway. Oh, I lost a crew member. An incautious sailor trips over a stone and drops into an unseen pit of sorrow spiders. They swarm over him, pump him full of venom, and fight over his eyes. By the time you've recovered his body for burial, the other sailors are eager to return to the ship. Yeah, fair enough. I think that makes sense. What we want to do is go to the first curator and grab this quest. I think we'll go through like the story of it first. Cosmogon, Ergo, Peligin. Steward has list. Find them here and across the wide Black Sea. The idea is that the first curator is dying, and we have been offered a quest to fulfill their last request, which rhymes. To fulfill the last request by collecting things that are of the different colours of the Neathbow, and we can get these things. They're quite difficult to collect all of them. It takes a long time, but it's well worth it. Especially as the rewards are really good. Okay. There was one thing I wanted to do. Sell our mushroom wine. I don't know how much that got us. Probably about 10 echoes, which is the currency. But I think that's a decent start. Right. There's nothing else, and we don't need any more fuel or supplies, so I think it is time to go exploring. And exploring is probably the best way to start off, especially with port reports. Because it's a solid way of figuring out where everything is on the map, and if you want to make a lot of money, then that's probably the best place to start, because if you don't know where the sites are and if you don't know where the quests are, then you can't really do a lot. So exploring as much of the map as possible without obviously getting all your crew killed and stuff like that, although that'll probably happen anyway. You just want to explore as much as possible. And whoops, let's kill this thing and possibly eat it. Oh no, it's going to charge at us and do some damage. Kill it first! Kill it first! Ah! Oh no, okay. Oh, that didn't do too much damage. Right, we want to keep it in our light so that the charge goes up faster on our deck weapon. And I think the AI has been improved since this kind of real-time the real-time combat was added in. The AI has improved a lot, and it adds quite a lot to how you fight, and it makes it a lot more fun than it was. It's a lot more interesting to move around, and you don't have to go backwards. At least in the beginning stages, you don't have to kind of backtrack and try your best to avoid getting squished. Although obviously you have to do that, but it's a lot easier to kind of understand where you're going and things like that. Station 3. It's going to be an interesting start. As you can tell, in the top left, our terror is going up. 6 terror is not a lot. The most you can have is 100, and that is very bad, because people go insane, bad things happen. And yeah, having 100 terror is bad, but generally you can let it get up to about 50 without too much going wrong, and you don't want to let it go above 25, and you do that by sticking close to the edge of the land and having your light on. You can turn it on and off to reduce your visibility to monsters and things like that and avoid them, and you do want to do that sometimes, because at the beginning there are many things that can kill you, but rising terror mainly happens when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can't see any land, and it's very, very dark. And it increases even faster when there's fog around. So you wanna be careful about where you're going. Right, Station 3. Try the gate. Oh, okay. What I want to do? Where's the port report? Yes, there we go. Train my telescope on the shore. Might be best to get a look from the distance. I stand on the high point of my ship and look at the shore. There is a steeple building on the horizon, by far the largest thing in sight. No cross marks on the top of it, nor any other symbol you recognize. Okay, I have a port report. Yay. I could try the gate, but the metal is steel hard and icy cold to the touch. Attempts with chisel and crowbars fail. Perhaps if you could bring the ship's guns to bear. But no. Okay, if I return with a certain delivery... Right, this is where I need to get the right... tomb colonist. No, not... Wait, no, I forget how this quest line goes. But it's to do with vendor bites, so we'll go back there later and see. We could just explore. 30% chance. I'm probably going to get... another crew member killed, but we'll see. I failed. Oh, I walk the quays looking for any little sign that might show what sort of ship docks here, what they deliver, but you find nothing conclusive. Not even so much as a smear of pitch or a damp footprint. If any other ship but yours has been tied up here in recent days, it has left no evidence. Dun dun dun! Right, what I want to do is, if we look at our map, that's Venderbite, that's Fallen London, and that is where we are right now at Station 3. We want to go south and explore as many islands as possible before we get back to Fallen London and see what is there, because it'd be very cool. And now terror is going to rise quite quickly because we're in fog and there's no light and there's a monster. Run away, run away. Stay behind it, stay behind it, stay behind it. No! Oh, I could have shot it. Never mind. What's over here? Ah, no! That was close. Cool. Flitterstone Isle. Very cool. Ah, yes, you get secrets, which are kind of like levels which you can spend to increase your abilities. Hang on, in the top right. And secrets come mostly from increasing my fragments. And we earn fragments from doing things and exploring and finding islands. And that increases, and when this bar in the bottom left, just above the logbook, fills up, we get another secret which we can spend, as I said before, by speaking to our officers. And we'll get lots of officers: a surgeon, a mascot, which is currently my ferret. He's cute. He's mostly immobile, but we also have a cook, a chief engineer, and a first officer. And Bubbles is going to be, like, hopefully a survivor. He won't die, which is, I don't know, we'll see. It's difficult to keep people alive. And it'd be quite useful to get some extra iron, which is the kind of attack stat. It's useful for doing things and on options and attacking in real time, as well as doing options in quests that require you to do aggressive stuff. Right. Fieldhaven in the Shepherd's Isles. I think compiling a port report is probably the best place to start. And yeah. A tale of the sigil-ridden navigator. Mirrors and veils. How much is he? 50 echoes. And I need 200 echoes if I find the Sphinxes, which is something we'll hopefully find. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. But let's get another officer, the sigil-ridden navigator. Most of the officers have their own kind of storylines. They don't normally take long. Some of them can take longer than others, but now we have a new officer, and he will increase our stats. Yay! Mirrors +6, veils +3. That's really good. That's really, really good. But let's explore. Let's explore and talk to the bearded villagers about the local sites, the standing stones. That's a lot safer than some of the other options. Okay, a tale of terror and a little bit of terror. We're now wary. 8 terror is not a lot. That's an insignificant amount of terror. Okay. They were sisters from the sisterhood over on Abbey Rock. Came here hunting a renegade. Oh, it's an old man's voice. I forgot. They were sisters from the sisterhood over on Abbey Rock. Came here hunting a renegade who served the god called Stone. Ran her to ground here, and she called on the gods, and the gods struck 'em all to pillars of rock. Stand close and quiet, and you'll hear 'em weeping. I love old men voices. They're fun. Okay, I think that's pretty much all we want to do here. Let's go south. Actually, where are we? We want to go kind of south, southwest. It's probably the best idea. Actually, let's have a look at the map. Anything, if you see this line, it's a horizontal line that runs from the top to the bottom. Like, the basic truth of it is that anything past to the right of that line, if you hang on, I can't zoom in any further. Anything past to the right of that line is procedurally placed. The islands are all kind of mixed up. They're mostly within the same kind of distance of London, here or there, but the general rule is that that's where everything becomes random and very difficult to judge, and that is why you need to explore. That's the first thing you need to do. Hopefully, I will find a light or something soon, just so my crew don't go mad and mutiny or something. I'm really hoping to find the Sphinxes, because that's where you can spend a bit of money to make a bit of money. And making a bit of money would be very useful right now. I don't think I'm going to find the Sphinxes here, am I? What's this? Where is this? Bornvidus Pillar. Patrick Slot. Oh! I know where we are. We're at Gator's Morn. Ah, that's another thing that is extremely important to how the story of this game progresses. In the bottom left, you'll see a something awaits you button. It's more of a kind of timer, and after a certain amount of time at sea, and depending on how long you've been at sea, it. Oh no, I don't want to get attacked by pirates. Don't attack me! Bugger off! Right. Oh, that did some damage. And I'm on fire. Okay, stick behind them. I'll explain that something awaits you in a minute. The something awaits you is really cool though. It keeps your like real time, like timekeeping and your real time exploits in perspective with the obviously linear, or not so linear, but your quests that do not happen in real time. If that makes sense, it keeps everything going in a real time fashion, even though a lot of it doesn't require you to go in and do things in real time. I got Bolt of Spider Silk for that. Brilliant. That's how you want to defeat pirates. A lot of things you don't want to engage at all, but pirates you can pretty much sustain a couple of hits from pirates and still be able to keep going without exploding. Oh no, I don't want to mess around with the pirate frigate. Where on earth is Gator's Morn? Oh no, leave me alone, leave me alone. How about I turn off my light? Will that help? Yes, he can't see me. Is that Gator's Morn? Yes, there we go. A port. I really... Oh, yes, I definitely need a port because I'm running out of fuel. Oh, God. And running out of fuel is the thing that's most likely to happen to you. But, well... We'll have to spend a bit of money because fuel is very expensive unless you're at 2 very specific places. Okay, shops. 30 coins for fuel. We'll grab 2 of those. That should allow us to make it back to London. We'll see. On the other hand, gathering a port report is probably a good idea. I failed in the Veils challenge and I got a Tale of Terror, but we can use Tales of Terror later. And oh, I lost a crew member as well. I think this is a good point to turn tail and head back to London. I don't want to lose any more crew. Where's that? Where's the frigate? I don't want to get blown up by a frigate. Okay. Right, hightail it to London. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not entirely sure whether I'll spend a lot of time editing out things like travel, because it does add a lot, and it also gives me some space to kind of talk about the game and what's going on, so I think I'll keep it in. But if you have a strong opinion on that, let me know. And as I make my way from a reasonably successful trip around the neighbouring islands to Fallen London, I think that's where we'll end this. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you have enjoyed my video, then give it a thumbs up. And if you want to discover more about this game, I'll be making a whole series of Let's Play and informative videos on this game, because I absolutely adore it. It's so much fun, and there are a lot of very interesting stories to be had in it. It comes highly recommended by me. So until next time, I will see you in London.